Yowie wowie chat. Gravitygroove here to play some Dota Underlords with you and possibly teach you a little bit about how this game works. If you don't know who I am, then you're probably normal. My name is Gravitygroove. I also go by the Fro, or the E, as my friends affectionately refer to me as. I was a former pretty good Magic player who made it to the Pro Tour, and now I am a pretty good Dota Underlords player. I also am a formerly diagnosed Aspie and a streamer, I guess. Anyone? Okay. No one to agree with me. But a friend of mine, Adam, I think watched one of my videos and seemed really confused by Dota Underlords and messaged me in a panic because he's getting murdered. So I thought maybe I would do a little refresher on how to play this game. Things change strategically as patches come, new elements are added, and things get shuffled around a bit. But as of what is this, September 12th? This is more or less how you play this game. So I'm going to start narrating this a little bit before playing, so people have an idea of what's going on, and my brain can form words. But in this game, you are purchasing heroes that are given to you in packs. You start with small amounts of money, and you have to choose which heroes you purchase, and they are of escalating cost as the tiers go up. When you get 3 of a like hero, they are combined and become a 2-star hero, which is more powerful in virtually every way than their previous iteration. Different combinations of heroes in different numbers form alliances that offer specific strategic bonuses, such as warriors. For every 3 warriors you have, all warriors get plus 10 armor. This only affects people with this tag, warriors, this shield. One of the most easily identifiable tags I think there is. There are also tags like troll, which if you have 2 trolls, your troll units attack faster and your allies get a smaller passive bonus as well. And so on and so forth. At various points, including the beginning waves, you are given choices of items to augment your strategy and create a little bit more divergent gameplay round to round, or rather match to match. A critical part of this entire secret sauce is money. So let's get into this here. Money, you start out with very small amounts and get money as you win. You get more money for win streaking, and you get more money for lose streaking. Really, the worst position to be in is in the middle, which is where we often end up. Your money is displayed down here. This is your purchase area. This is your bench, the small holding area you have to try to save up units to make pairs. Every time you get to 10 gold, if you have 10 gold or multiples of 10 up to 50, you get 1 interest for every 10 gold in your bank, after which you can spend or purchase things. Having the gold after the timer goes to 0 doesn't matter. For each 10 over the initial 10 with the gloves, you get 1 interest up to 5. So once you're at 50, you can always spend down to 50. You do not get 6 interest at 60 or 7 interest at 70. It caps it at 5, which is pretty reasonable. This is interesting, isn't it? I don't think this is very good. But there we go. You want to be judicious with how you use your money, because money is a pivotal element of this game. Generally speaking, as a rule of thumb, I think of it like this. It's okay losing in the early game, but when you're starting to lose 5 or more HP per loss in the early game, you need to spend money to upgrade your team. If you're having small losses between 1 and 4 HP in the beginning of the game and it's maintaining your loss streak, that's great. That's ideal. You really don't want to be losing major games after, I'd say, around 18 or 19, because you start losing a lot of HP when you lose. You can lose really big. If you're winning, you just want to keep holding your money and gaining interest until you get to about 50, and then you can kind of do whatever you want. Ooh, this is interesting. What are we doing here? Luna and Abaddon's. Kind of too early for knights, though, isn't it? Luna and Abaddon. They're so expensive early, and there's just no way for me to pair them. It seems like a bad play. I mean, it would be cool to be able to get those, but I can't just sit on them. It'll tank my economy. Problems. There are many. There are many problems. We haven't actually seen more than one of any unit, which is exceptionally bad, and pretty uncommon, to be honest. Really, really quite bad. Yeah, that's really unusual. As you see now, I'm purchasing these tier 1 units and putting them on my bench. But ultimately, if at all possible, I want to try to end rounds with enough gold to get an interest point to improve my economy as we go further into the game. An extra gold gained early translates to 4, 5, maybe even 6 towards the late game as that gold is multiplying up. But we also have to try to just hold some things on our bench to try to get pairs of units, because these 1-star guys are not going to protect us very well for very long. 2 3-star units. Interesting. So here, we're going to sell these 2, so we get to 10. And you'll see after this round completes that we'll get an interest point. I really do want those 2 crystal maidens. But I feel as though it might be a trap. I'm uncertain of how to proceed here. Well, we did our best against what's probably a summoning stone board. Nope, just superior DPS. Oh, and superior size. We still have not made a single pair. That is continuing to be exceptionally bad. I think the interest point is worth more here than the potential of pairing Crystal Maiden early. This is a very low impact unit. It's only really important in the late game if you're going towards mages, which we may be. The fact that we continue to find no actual pairs is quite bad. And we're attacking the wrong target. Yeah, that did not go great, but again, we're losing minor amounts of HP, which is good. Another thing to consider, every time you lose, you get a free reroll. These rerolls do not stack, so you do want to use those before they go away. Otherwise, you get no real value out of them, which is unfortunate. Just wanted to make sure I got that interest point there. I Definitely could have sold these two instead of the Morphling because we were close to the pair. And the CM would have also been a good sale.
Where have you been all my life?
See, our opponent has a 2-star unit. A 2-star unit is definitely making our life pretty difficult. Phenomancer is also very powerful, and I believe they probably have Savage synergies as well, which is how they beat us there. Huh. Not really seeing the things we want. Could we get up to 20 here? Do we want to get up to 20 here? Our fish boy to get up to 2 stars. He is our best damage dealer, and that's not very good because his damage is not great at 1 star. We did defeat a streaker, that's nice. Okay, so we have a Pudge upgrade. Another minor DPS unit here. Should also be fairly nice. Probably means... So you can see their statistics here. The damage is actually higher on Slardar. Interesting.
They can't imagine the suffering.
You want to try to put your items on your most effective units to place them on. When you're talking about dealing damage, you want to put your haste on the highest damage unit. Generally speaking, you want to put your armor on the unit that's most tanky and likely to be your front line. As a general rule of thumb, your front line is going to be dealing quite a bit less damage than your other units, but have quite a bit more HP or armor or abilities that mitigate damage. So every 5 rounds, after round 10, you have a creep round. This is a round in which you fight generic critters and you get a chance to get an item upgrade. And now we have to start thinking about what we're really trying to do with our composition. It's usually between round 10 and 15 that you try to have more of a locked-in idea of what you want to do. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. There's a tremendous amount of random in this game, and mitigating it is part of the game itself. You can see everyone else's builds, at least in part here, and you'll notice 2 people going for Scrappy units, which means Scrappy is a bad choice for us. Knights had been offered to us early, but I generally don't like Knights because they're contested, so I avoided that choice. Many people are in Warriors with us. That's generally a very bad sign. No one appears to be stockpiling mage units at the moment, so mages may be a possibility in the future. These choices are all kind of suboptimal, so Smuggler will allow our next choice to be of a slightly higher quality. Okay, so we have a Morphling upgrade. We're going to put Morphling in over our Queen of Pain. And we want to try to get back up to 30 here, so I think we're going to be selling this. We're still looking for pairs, or rather triplicates, as it were. We have our Synergy tab over here. Currently we have Heartless, by having this Drow and this Pudge, they both have this tag. All enemies losing 5 armor with damage is amplified for them, and that's allowing us to have a bit more DPS than we normally otherwise would. We lost a close one there. There unfortunately were a whole bunch of suboptimal choices my crew made there in attacking that made us take a little more damage than I would have liked. So now we want to just keep avoiding knights. Really all we're getting is knights. It's quite strange. And try to start pivoting towards what our future build might hold. So because so many other people are in warriors, we can get rid of those warriors, because to get a 3-star unit, you need 2 2-star units and then a third pair. 3 2-star units, essentially. 9 total of that one unit to amplify to the highest tier. It can be very difficult, and oftentimes can be a bad idea to even pursue. It appears we're starting to lose a lot of fights. Him having the 2-star fish boy and us having the 1-star fish boy is quite unfortunate. And he switched targets because of Axe, which cost me additional damage. That's extra unfortunate. Might we consider you? You can also use this tab to see how many other people are going for the units you currently have. As you can see, virtually everyone is going for the Slardar, which makes our Slardar worse. When everything is contested, the pool of units is limited. So, for example, on Tier 4, there are only 20 of a Tier 4 unit. If multiple people are buying them, then there might not be enough for all these people to get 3, so no one's going to get any upgrades at all.
I'm coming for you.
We also don't currently have any stuns or abilities that lock other units down, which is definitely making it harder for us to win as well. Even though we have a reasonably upgraded team, it's not a team with particularly powerful ability sets. So I'd be happy with either one of these guys here. Slark or Phantom getting paired up so we can get a little more DPS. Astonishingly, we have not seen another Queen of Pain since the beginning of the game, so that unit's going to have to go away. What I'd like to do is be able to transition into mages in the later game, but the CMs we sold early, we have not seen come back around yet. So we're still just trying to survive and minimize the amount of damage we take until we can potentially see those units come back again. Also doing a pretty bad job at pairing things up. Again, there's a lot of random involved in this, and sometimes the best strategy for the best player still ends up on the bottom, because you're holding out hope looking for these specific units to help your build, and they just never show up. We're the only one going for Puck at the moment, and that's a positive sign. Well, we actually did pretty good here. I doubt we're going to beat a 3-star Enchantress, but losing only 1 unit worth of HP is very good. So this is another trick I can show you here. You can, in between rounds, drag units from your bench to the field.
Who's ready to play with fire?
Describing that, I missed my free reroll, which is less than ideal. We're going to get rid of some stuff here. And consider our life choices. Okay. Is anyone else in Assassins? Yes. One other fish boy. No other Phantom. One other Bishop. One other Viper. Oh, we did win that one. So I think we can level now. I'm not entirely sure what we want to drop in yet. Arcane Boots is good if we're going for mages. Let's try one Arcane Boots and see if we live to regret it. That is a puck upgrade. That makes this easier. These are all things we're likely to delete. I haven't explained leveling up very well, and that's because my brain is thinking. Leveling up allows you to take 5 rolls before. Each level you unlock allows you to place an additional unit on the field at once. There is a certain strategy to when and how you might want to level. It's not always instrumental to just have more units out there. If they're weak units, they're probably not helping your strategy very much.
I will bring sweet suffering.
Called out to the abysm, and I have answered.
This is our moment.
So now we're getting to the point where we really want to try to find our mage units and begin our mage transition. We're likely not going to have enough mage units to go for 6 mages. We can hope to get 3 and supplement that. That was a pretty bad loss. Starting to get to the point where we're under-leveled, and we're really taking too much damage for it to be good for us. Not a lot we can do about that quite yet. Better at the moment. We're probably never getting this pudge to level up. I suppose Queen might be slightly better than Viper at the moment. Where playing Lone Druid is a question I have. I don't see anyone playing Lone Druid. Okay, so we lost quite a bit of health again. We did get the Viper upgrade. Viper upgrade allows us to have the dragon bonus. When you have multiple dragons, they unlock extra special abilities. We are getting a lot of pucks. Still would really like that Slardar. Just not quite finding him.
Oi.
I'd like to be able to get rid of this thing because it's not really doing much for us, but... seem to be taking a lot of damage from our magic attacks. No, just summoning stone, so they have much more HP than us. You're really taking a lot of damage at this point, and
I always find my target.
Getting to be quite bad. Not a lot I can do about that at the moment, though. My board is suboptimal, and I'm not finding the units I need to stabilize. I really needed to find the mages that I got offered very, very early in the game, which was really the wrong time for those units. Since I'm not finding them, it's becoming more and more unlikely that I can stabilize and correct this game. About the worst thing that could have happened there. We really want to kill the yellow bear first because it empowers the other bears. Generally, by moving the attackers to the right, they'll attack the right bear, but in this case, we seem to have focused the left bear, which was not what we wanted to happen there. This is very interesting. This makes us want to consider pairing up one of these assassin units and putting the MOM on it for maximum damage. None of these choices are very good at the moment. Lost that one very, very decisively again. Yeah, we're probably going to be first out here. It is really hard to play this game and narrate how you play it. It requires a lot of brain power to calculate all the possible variables as you do this. So this is a pretty poor showing.
My skills are honed.
You could never win without me.
I'm coming for you. This won't take long.
Finally won game. Okay, let's see here. We've got one mage. We can drop these two in, delete this. But these are both 1-star, so it's probably actually... that would probably actually make our composition worse at the moment. Another puck. Let's see if this is better. Here's our keeper.
Give them no quarter.
We're starting to get the mages, but our HP is so low we probably can't survive. This opponent is the Summoning Stone opponent, I assume. And they have just a little bit too much beef. So adding the puck to get the AoE damage helped us cut through all of the summons. We really need to luck into some pairs at this point.
Perfect.
Okay, so now we might consider doing this. 3-star Beastmaster is stronger than it's stronger than our entire team. There's no way we were going to win that fight. Essentially, completely unwinnable for us. So now we're at the point where one loss basically takes us out of this game. We are getting pieces, but I don't believe we're going to get them fast enough for it to get us out of this mess. We're probably going to be the first ones out. I try normally I perform a little better than this, but again, narrating is apparently taxing my brain too much. It's still, I feel, a good tutorial. I also am in like boss rank 5 or something, which is fairly close to the top, at least at boss. So I'm playing really seasoned opponents. Interesting. Tombstone or Moonshard? I guess we'll try Tombstone. Where is the Tombstone? Oh. Okay, so there's another puck. Another Crystal Maiden. Uh-oh. Gonna have to do some buying if we survive this round. What the Tombstone does is every time any unit, mine or theirs, dies near the Tombstone, it generates a zombie that works for me. Uh-oh. 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 We needed to sell something there, and we did not sell at the time. I believe it's Solar Florida. And I think they're dead. Yeah. That is the dexterity minigame I didn't have time to explain to you. Sometimes you just don't get the pairs you need in an orderly fashion, and as the time ticks down, you can't really manage the board. And so it'll auto sell or pluck a unit off the field, and if there's no room in your bench, it'll just sell a unit, which can sometimes, oftentimes cost you the game because it'll de-pair a certain alliance. But you'll get better at that as you play, I guess. I've never been good at that, and the reason I started playing this game was I didn't think it was a manual dexterity game. but there is a little you lose button built into the deep part of the game where if you don't have high action per minute with a mouse, like I don't, you can just lose, and it kind of sucks. But that is more or less how you play the game. Your experience is going to be a lot different than the one you've seen here on starting levels. It's not going to be nearly as competitive. The builds aren't going to be quite so streamlined. And you should be able to do quite a bit better with what you've learned here than what you saw. We also got a little bit of bad RNG in getting our most desirable units very, very early when we couldn't afford them, which did stall our economy a little bit. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you enjoyed watching me play Dota Underlords. And tell your friends, come back, throw a comment at me. I would love to hear more from you. Thanks for watching.